One's taken by Optic, the southern one's by Virtus.pro, and farms with them and doesn't put them inside the lane unless he was going to get something from it. Now he's fitting them off. Top lane, Zaya's trying to be a problem to Roger. Roger actually didn't even attack. He sat inside the Shadow Realm as long as he possibly could. And Zaya, well, he's low, but he's still kicking. The toss is up, throw him back down again. Roger wants to help. Stick charges the Velma. Roger came back in. The magic missile, it will not find the kill. But Pasha and Roger having to burn everything. Because CC and C's in a farming position, there's no concoction, so they go in again. There's no real save, so PPD. Third death of the game. Trying to feed the pieces around as well. Zai, Curse Crown on win. Pasha, Avalanche, tossing the Drow Ranger in, putting Pycat inside the bramble. The tree toss will connect, and Pasha with a double kill on this save lane.
Like 5 seconds against a thirsted Bloodseeker, but they couldn't close the distance and get the kill.
They're up now instead. Flame Break trying to create a little bit more space. The Blood Right is down. Lasso, 33 tries to reach him, but silenced up under the tower. Moving the Firefly. He should have the damage until Pasha arrives. Avalanche is down with the Brains Tap. They can find some revenge on the 33. He's probably the bigger kill now, considering no one was a non-back. The Nightmare has to be switched off. Zai creates space and will sacrifice himself with the Bramble and connects on CC&C. Solo with the body block. He's got the Curse Crown on top of him too. Alchemist, you won't survive from this one, or can you? The stun from Zai creates more space. Roger will still finish the job. The Pasha has to run away from the illusion of the
uncharacteristic, really over-aggressive plays. They had very limited info on what Optic were up to, and Ramses went for that super deep dive without backup.
PPD's walking into the support combination. Pasha coming in with the Blink Dagger, wants to be able to be useful, and he's able to just toss a tree and clip a dragon.
He got boots though. He's there. In order to get Drow into this game, she has to get some key items. Looks to be a potential Pike build-up here for Pycat.
He's got Dragonlance. The net worth doesn't appear to be too amazing. No, but it's still not terrible. It's 5k net worth. Pasha just takes out Zayas. The Observe Ward up on the hill. Tiny's looking for blood. He'll walk close to the Observer Ward, but just around the edge. He was noticed for half a second, Roger. Oh, he was beginning to terrorize, wants to try and get back Rider just to push himself into the bramble, but now Pasha, Avalanche toss combination into the Shadow Realm, protection for Roger. They get pick off.
Saw everything that was happening and still ended up getting caught out and killed off. We'll lose his bottom 2-2 tower for sure as a result of this. And now you got to imagine that VP wants to start crossing into the map, cross into middle, get control of the Roshan area as
Vengeful Spirit. Optic was crossing over the middle. Yep. Underneath an Observer, and they got
6 so far.
They got 3 in the mid lane, and they got 4 inside their own jungle. It's this never-ending battle trying to remove VP's vision, but I'm seeing 2 Observer Wards still up and running. Yeah. And now they go for mid. Rough shot, and the toss, the damage! CC&C can't help but burn. That combination is sweet!
That was the same combination we saw from LGD against
created the new Fountain Hook. Ramses is being hunted. That's why the smoke is up. They're trying to find the Broodmother inside the jungle. Now he's got a little bit of help now nearby him as Ramses. The initiation will come, swap him out. Pasha, he's wondering if he really wants to be involved in this. Maybe get a kill over on Zai, but yeah, as you said, BKB. Ramses can stand his ground and fight. Gus doesn't do jack against this. And Pycat, he almost died to the Blood Right. Virtus.pro, CNC, they still have Rupture up. The TP, the Nightmare. PPD was almost out of there, but now they find extras. CCNC brought down the old-fashioned way. Terrorize to stop the TP. Yeah, that was a trying to escape the Rupture, and PPD, take me, I'm yours. That's what he does. No other way to escape. Fastest way back to base is through.
And the moment he was BKB, that was amazing. You saw what's Drow supposed to do. Like when there's a Brood on top of you, there's no play available for Pyke. He's working on a BKB now instead of that Pyke. It's not going to help. If he gets Brood on top of him, he's out of there. I think that's just
top lane, Zai's being initiating on again. This time Roger has the full duration Shadow Realm attack. They're going up high ground pretty soon. Alchemist now has the Mana Style plus the Radiance. He's still number 1 on the net worth. Yeah, maybe Alchemist isn't the one you're meant to be looking at. First, you should be looking at PPD, who could potentially die in just a second. Okay, in fact, yeah, that was a second.
Good prediction.
Stolen your dogs. They may just walk into Roger. That's the worst hero, unless they got that. Blink reveal, Lasso is up. Shadow Realm from Roger will not come in time. PyCat was even committing the Gust for it, but you see Virtus.pro, they turn their attention, they want to come for the fight, and Pasha comes in close range. You'll get the Avalanche done over on 2, but the Ice Partner's good for VPD with the door work and the Macroplier. They can actually have some damage on this choke point, swapping Ramses back out again, so we can't just fight with the speed script and caught out 33. Solo had the high ground position, the support is arrived, no one's in the engagement. They were so low, he moved so fast, and they'll keep the chase going. CCNC, TP out will be successful. Zai, however, will not be so lucky. The last man left standing, he knew he was dead. A triple kill for Ramses. As Virtus.pro looked a little possible that Optic could take that fight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It swung the other way.
That was basically a 3-on-5.
Oh, PyCat. He has the sentry ward, so he sees him. That's the only thing that's stopping the Avalanche toss combination, but that's now gone. They're even tipping Pasha while he's getting the kill, punches him up the hill. And Pasha is now 13-0-8. PyCat. He has the BKB bought up, is coming out in the courier now. He can at least have it for the next fight. If he can get back inside the base, you see Pasha just moving down. He has to blink away, but the Shiva's Guard connects on him, so he can't blink away. Terrorize being used to force everyone away. It hit both the Alchemist and the Dro Ranger. Pasha swapped back into the Macroplier, and where's the real fight? The BKB from PyCat. He can stand. Lasso onto the Brood, but the BKB was already up. Someone's going to kill off Zai at the moment. He's killing off Solo. No one. He's in the engagement. The Rupture is out. Dro Ranger standing his ground, but it's Optic Gaming who are coming out on top. The Blade Mill from no one. He'll TP out to safety. PPD, he's surviving through this with the stun from Zai, who TP'd out. He can help and keep his captain alive for at least half a second longer. The Pasha revealed. Avalanche tries to create a little bit more space. Concoction from CCNC. Control and kill. What a massive 1-2. 900 gold. A 10-time. Both sides of the Ripper by VP, but what it doesn't see is the Observer and Sentry from Optic Gaming. So Pasha waits around the back, dewarding it down. Blink Lasso. There's a Nightmare trying to protect Roger, so maybe he can get into Shadow Realm. Won't happen. A beat script. CCNC is controlled and held in position, allowing Ramses to kill off PPD. Now he turns his attention over towards the Alchemist. Concoction's stun was pretty damn good. The BKB was already down for the Brood Mother. No one was protected. The double buybacks in from Optic. Dro Ranger now opening up on Pasha. He's underneath the sentry ward. No way to escape. And this is a huge fight. Everyone knows that the buyback is coming thick and fast. Primary thing is Dro for Optic.
And the BKBs are running lower and lower for this Virtus.pro side. Now Bloodseeker down to 8, Brood down to 6. And he used
they're
his
looking in.
killing the Shakiro.
Fireflies off cooldown. The Pasha exploding PPD. Now go towards the skies. Ramp is going in. His BKB will now be triggered. He's trying to keep PyCat down and keeping away from,
Terrorize monster combo.
How much can CCNC maintain here? He's got his concoction. The double stun is up. CCNC wants to keep battling at 33. The perfect stun for the Curse Ground. It tagged him on 2. Zai wants to stand his ground. Pasha, he's got the top up PyCat, the swap out, but no one's back in. Everyone's so low. It's BD gone, no one. You can't distance into no one. On the CCNC, finding the kill. 33's up towards the air. The burn is still real, however. The Flame Break doing its work. 33 will sacrifice his life. Buyback was there from the Alchemist. 33 does go down to Pasha's last swing, but Concoction flies forward. They have to split. Nightmare from Solo. So beautiful. Dodges the attack. Dark Willow can get to the Shadow Realm. Another Concoction up for the Alchemist, looking for the target. The Shiva's Guard will find the kill, and CCNC will wave. Roger's taking care of that right now. They'll be battling backdoor regeneration. So this gives Optic a little bit of extra time for the defense. Alchemist putting down the Acid Spray. Anything he can do to slow down Virtus.pro. Shiva's Guard as well, but Solo, they've got the Curse Crown, the Nightmare CNC, he has to burn the BKB, but the Avalanche toss into the back line and actually throwing PPD towards the VP side of this fight. Alchemist still the sole survivor. Concoction flies forward from CCNC, he'll connect onto Ramses, but they're losing mid-racks. There's no way that Optic can actually initiate it, especially with the dead Batrider. And the dead Dro, and the dead everybody. Diffuser Blade, they'll break free, caught inside the Bramble. Curse Crown as well is more of a control factor from Virtus.pro. Taking out first the mid, now the bottom. CCNC can sit there and watch. He's actually controlled. Fiend Script, not even there yet. He's just reeling from the Terrorize. Locked inside the Bramble, and Pasha tosses him out. The Aegis Immortal that dies in mid-air. He was ruptured up, and Virtus.pro
with both their blade mails activated, with Bloodseeker and Tiny. Try to kill him off.
Optic are coming out. That Shrine is brought down by Pasha's last hit. No one. Blink in. 33. He couldn't find the target. They just tossed no one forward. 33 will at least get the lasso. Dark Goole trying to help down the Curse Crown, 33. He can actually just die on the top lane. Ramses was in the middle of optics. His BKB is gone. Heaven's Helmet sabling up Alchemist, and they're all terrorized. Pycat gets his crown thanks to the BKB, but Pasha is just clubbing him down with trees. CTMC can get the concoction out, but Ramses, he just tanks. You can't kill him. Okay, you can kill him, but the follow-up is still going to be there. Defensive, Yule Scepter up. Alchemist done by the Curse Crown. Dead for 2 minutes. That may just be the game. PPD can buy back, but what real good is that? Zion's running back to the base. The sole survivor for Optic Gaming, and Solo dumps him on the head. They're ready to finish the job, and that really is it. Virtus.pro, they will take the top lane of Rax, and there appears to be, we may go 2-0s in the early part of this playoff, but everything now head on to 3.
Yeah, this game had a lot of exciting fights.
Now